Good morning, good evening, welcome back to another episode of me boring people in the shed. So, on today's episode of Boring People in My Shed, I need to fix the 50. There's a couple of little jobs I need to do on the 50 to get it. I'm hoping to do the toy run, if the weather's alright. There's a little charity toy run there's a video of me doing the Easter one. So there's a little charity toy run I want to do on the 50, so we're going to do that. It's job list for today. Just a few little bits. We've got some new parts. We've got new rear brake shoes to hopefully give me more than that for a rear brake, because currently that's not doing anything. So, and it's fully adjusted at the back here. So we need some more shoes. So we've got some new brake shoes. We've got some air filter. I'm hoping this stops so when I'm revving it and I've got right to the maximum, it does all that. So I'm hoping that stops that. We're going to take the spark plug out, have a look at the spark plug and see what the mixture's doing on the end of the spark plug. It's a good tell. I'll show you through that. It's a good tell to see whether it's running lean, when it's running rich. So we're going to do that. And the front end has a little bit of a knock. Now, there's a very strong chance it's the suspension forks because they're knackered. But finding a new set will be appalling. But I'm just as well. It's just got a little bit. Let me just click it down. And you hear that? It's got a very slight sort of knock to it. So we're just going to check. Oh, so we're just going to check that the headstock is tight for one. And if not, we can re-grease all the bearings and repack it and then re-tighten it back down to stop any movement in there. But I think it's in the forks. But when I ride it, I'm just always thinking about should I? So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to check it so I know it's right. And if it's the forks, it's the forks. Don't matter. That's just how it's going to have to be. So yeah, I think we'll start at the front and work our way back. So we'll strip the handlebars off, strip the top yoke off, strip the forks down and have a look at where our noise is coming from. I've also, this was not a job for me, this was actually a job for my little one, but he's binned me off. My apprentice totally binned me off. I said, do you want to come and help Daddy in the garage? No, it's too cold. So he's binned me off. So here I am, on my own. The garage. We'll rest them down there. Like that. We very nearly failed at hurdle number 1. It's a 32mm spanner, but I haven't got one big enough. So, out with the big pliers, the big Warpung pliers. What I'll have to do is bring my 32mm spanner home from work. Right, we're still going. I thought that was going to be end of video filming for tonight. I actually sat there and thought, well, if that's not going to come off, set it. 14, set this top yoke off. I'm toying with fully restoring this thing as well, because I absolutely love it. I have no idea why. I've sort of gained an attachment to it. Right, what else is attached to all of that, do you reckon? The whole lot of this is coming off, I reckon. Yeah, the whole lot's coming off. There we go. Oh, what sort of movement have we got in that? Oh, quite a bit. See that movement we've got in there? Quite a bit. Oh, and it's loose as well. Just grabbed hold of it with my hand and turned it. That's never a good start when you can do that. I also don't have that socket, so that's going back the other way as well. Right, so let's take that off, get some gloves on, Dan. I've loosened it off a bit more. It was very small, but see the play that I've got there now, obviously I've loosened it off a little bit, but we had a little tiny bit of play in there that was giving me a knocking noise. I could feel it, it was annoying me. So I'm going to support the wheel with the, undo all this. Is it on the floor? Yeah. Undo these, there should be a ring of bearings in here. Which there is. Yeah. And if I drop them down, there'll be one at the bottom as well. Perfect. And they're all nice, they all look nice. So we're going to pack that with some more grease. Give that a wipe round. Pack it up with some more grease. And then tighten it all back up. And that should hopefully stop that annoying rattle on the front end. Grease. Tuck that up inside the lip of that. There we go. Tell you what, it's going to be a new one after this. And then put some in the top here. Like that. Oh. Lift that back up. Tighten it back on. What I'm going to do now is just nip that up. Again, not the correct tool. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going to nip that up so that still moves freely, like that. That still moves nice and easy. And the plan is to stop any play forward and back there. Still got a little bit in it. Right, she's going to have to do it that. Anything else is going to need new bearings, so we'll deal with that another day. Let's get them back on. Right. That's it. How's our play looking in there now? None. Perfect, we've got no more movement in there. We'll put the bars back on. And then it's just a case of putting it on the deck and seeing if we fix something. I'll set the handlebars up now. Oh, I'm going to have to move you, I'll set my handlebars up. Oh, I can't be having them like that, can we? Somewhere there. Tighten them crossover. So opposites, and then they'll tighten down nice and square. And that's job number one done, I hope. There you go, torqued up and everything. Right, let's see if we've lost the movement in the front forks. Yeah, we got a little bit from the fork, but it's better, certainly better than it was. It says. Oh, maybe not. Well, at least we know the top tube's solid. Right, on to the next job. Next job is to see how the engine's running, because I think it's not running right at the top end. Well, I know it's not, I can feel it. But the best way, obviously, with new cars and stuff, you get an engine light, but with an old motorbike or an old car on carbs, the best way to find out how that engine is running is by taking the spark plug out and looking at the colour of it. So we're going to take that out and we're going to look at the colour of it. scabby for a start. You see how it's very sort of brown but white, it's going a bit white. So that to me tells me that's running too lean, not enough fuel with that. So if it had too much fuel, that'd be very black and sooty, that end probe. We want it like a dark sort of chocolate colour. I mean, it's not far off, but that to me is quite white. So I would say that he's got too much air going into the system, which I suspect anyway, because it's not got an air filter in it, hence why I bought an air filter. So I'm going to put this back in, we'll go around the other side, we'll take the air box off and start about fitting the air filter, and then we can, what I'll do after that is when I get it back running and we'll get it back on the road next week, I'll run it, see how it is with the air filter, and then we'll go to the carb and just tweak the mixture screw to richen it up. So we'll put a little bit more fuel in it and see how it runs after that. If it runs like pig again, we'll take the spark plug out, see what it looks like, put a little bit more in it. So it's just a matter of trying to get it right like that by doing that. So I think the plug can go back in, and we'll deal with that on the other side. We're back round the other side, and it's time to sort the airbox out. Although it's a pig to do. Well, I've got to take the back wheel off anyway. Maybe I'll do it all now. It's sort of here and there at the same time. So that's the front cover. I have no idea where the air filter bit goes in first, but there is this piece here. Looks like it maybe had some air filter element in it at one point in its life, and that bit goes over the top, so maybe it squeezes in there, which I think we'll aim to put it in there. Looks like it's supposed to go in there. But also the airbox itself is cracked around here, so I'm toying with taking it all off and repairing all that as well while I'm in there. Putting some new bolts around the back for the screws. I don't know. I think I might just do the air filter and see how the box is, deal with the box another day. Right. Craft hour now. It's time for some crafts. Try and keep that as clean as we can, Dan. How does that go there? I may just draw around that and then cut it out a little bit further than that. Let's get a pen. Have we got a Sharpie anywhere? Look at that. As if by magic. Bit of that there. Here's one I prepared earlier. Scissors. Look at this. We'll cut a little bit further than that. Look at that. God, that's almost professional, that. Stuff that in there now. That back on there. Look at that. One air filter. So, this way. What's this say? Remove air filter element, wash air filter and clean. In clean solvent, allow to dry or soak air filter element in clean gear oil until saturated, then squeeze the excess oil. Reinstall air filter. I ain't got any of that. I'm going to buy some though for when we do it properly. I just want to see if we can get it running right. Tuck that in there. Look at that. Look at that. Screw them back in there. I'm missing a screw at the top as well, which I need to source. Tighten that up. Right, I'm going to see if I've got a bolt or a nut and bolt for holding that top one. Back in a mo. Right, it's not ideal, but I found that'll go in there. I had to pack some washers on it so it doesn't hit the mud guard at the back. This is where it gets seriously fiddly. Oh no. Perfect. Air filter done. I'll tell you what we're cracking on tonight. Have this boxed off in one sitting here. Onto the back wheel. This bike I've had the least amount of time, and I swear I've had this back wheel off more than anything else, and more than any of my other bikes. Take it off the other day to clean the carb out. Take it off the first time round to clean the brakes up. Which we're on number 3 in probably as many months. But right. Just know what I'm doing with it now. See what we're working with here. Wheel off. Still nice and clean in there, yep. So it's time to change them shoes, which are a bit like that. There we go. 2 old shoes, let's go and see what they look like against the other ones. Well, as we can see, I think that explains why our brakes weren't very good. You see how much life's left on that and how much left on that. So that grey material is your braking material. And as you can see, that's why we were fully adjusted in and we still weren't getting anywhere, because there's not a lot left on them. Put that level there. You see all that's left, so that answers that question as to why they weren't doing much. Are they the same? Yeah. Yeah. Look it, don't we? So we'll get the springs back on there and get them fitted back in. And this is where the fun continues, because I've got to try and get these on here now. So what you'll see is I offering these up and they're just slotting on. Boop. But what's going to happen is I'm actually going to mess about with it for ages. So let's see how it goes. Please leave my fingers alone. Hey! We're on. We're on. Right, off the wheel up now. Whoa. Let's see if the wheel will go on with it as it is. Tightened up, put the cover back on, and we can adjust it up. I'm feeling pretty positive about tonight. Coming for a little bit of a mental reset after work this week. Let's come out to the garage and have a brew and chill out for a bit. I know it sounds really strange, but this is how I sort of switch off from life. Coming in the garage and messing about with stuff's my sort of escape from it all. And I'm enjoying it. So, thanks for coming along with me. I'll add it in here. Thanks for joining in with my mental reset. Like, subscribe, comment if you've enjoyed the video. Comment if you haven't enjoyed the video. I'm still going to make them. Right, what we need to do now is adjust this back brake. So it's a case of spinning this round. Put you over that side. Spin that round like that. And I'm going to adjust that up so we get a bit of resistance in there. What's the handle like? Nothing. So we need to wind that right in until we get a stop. Right. What's that like now? Tight. What's it like on there? Whoa, really tight. Oh yes, I've achieved something. Oh, I feel better already. I've got back brakes. Oh yes. Back this off a bit. I'll go one more to there. That's nice and free. Oh, that's spot on now. Still nice and free. Take you up here and show you what we're dealing with. So we've gone from handle on the, look at that now, brake there, boom, feels good. We've got brakes. Yes, we've achieved. So hopefully we've sort of half fixed the front end. The forks are knackered, but we'll deal with that if I ever decide to fully restore it. We've half fixed the front end, which I'm to a point where I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine. It's going to stay how it is. We've put an air filter in the engine. Hopefully that's going to richen the mixture up, take less air into the engine to stop us losing that top end. If not, I'm going to go back in and just tweak the carb and open the fuel mixture screw a little bit. And we've got brakes. So, all in all, pretty eventful evening. So thanks for joining me on this one. Nice quick one, short, sweet. Yeah, I feel like that's ready for the toy run now. Take our little donation, might take a little toy with us in the backpack and see if it'll last the toy run. And then once it lasts the toy run, I'm very tempted to see if it'll do that little ride me and Tom did, or I met Tom on last time, is about 150-mile round trip from my house on all the back roads to that calf and back. So, phone's going. So, yeah, it's about 150-mile round trip. I'm very tempted to see if this little 50 will do a 150-mile round trip for breakfast. Put it in the comments if you want me to do that. I'm gonna need some motivation for that. Somebody's gonna have to push me to do that. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.